Hi, my name's Dr. Casey Mahendran and I'm at CSIG, the Centre for Citizenship, Identities and Governance at the Open University. And what I'd like to do over the next few minutes is tell you about our new project, which is called Placing Ourselves, Investigating Categories of Belonging and Integration. Are there times when you feel outside of the city, that you don't belong, that somehow you're on the outside? Integration, which is a concept that's rising up the political agenda, perhaps risks being an imagined ideal often levelled at migrants that the rest of us cannot live up to and don't desire. In this study, we seek to investigate exactly what terms people in their own terms would articulate their belonging and integration. In this study, we're going to work in 6 cities in the European Union: Dublin, Düsseldorf, Glasgow, Gothenburg, South, London and Manchester. So who can take part in this study? The study's got 3 components: a desk-based component which will work with policies of integration, a component which involves practitioners who themselves have to work with policies of integration and are based at street level, whether they're school teachers, people working with refugees, or people working in the police, working with other practitioners and with users. The final component of the study will involve ordinary citizens. In a departure from a lot of migration and integration and citizenship research, this study invites participation from people right across the migration spectrum. You could be someone who's lived in the city all your life, your parents lived there, your grandparents used to live there, and you'd be welcome to participate in this study. Equally, you could be somebody who's moved to the city, one move in your life from another country. You could be somebody who already knows that you're going to move again. Your plan is to be in that city for a few years and then you're going to go back home. You could be someone like myself who hasn't moved and isn't a migrant but have parents that did move. And finally, you could be someone who has been moving since you were a very young child and fully intend to move again. So we'll invite participation from people right across what I call the migration mobility continuum. So what's the background to this study? The background to this study is that a network of us known as the MIDIA network, that's migration, multiculturalism, integration and identity, dialogical approaches, formed in 2008, and we've been working separately on these concepts, and this is our first study working together. Integration, as you know, has become a key concept and the subject of policy development in member states across the European Union. The European Union itself seeks to add value to integration by having a European integration fund and also having common basic principles of immigrant integration. I draw your attention to the first principle, which is that integration is a two-way process of accommodation between migrants and residents alike. And we're going to take those very concepts and statements like that and provide them as stimulus material for our practitioners and our participants. So in the first part of the study, which will take the form of interviews, there will be an open opportunity to discuss belonging and integration on your own terms. You could describe yourself as a Buddhist, you could describe yourself as belonging because you're a mother, you may say simply that you are from Gothenburg and that's as far as you'd want to go. You might say you're a Borussia Dortmund fan, you're a Partick Thistle fan, whatever language and concepts you want to use and how you enact those forms of belonging and integration. In the second part, as I say, we will involve stimulus material. It's anticipated in this study that belonging will be articulated and enacted on different terms to integration. Why is this the case? Principally because integration is a concept that's used much more within the public sphere, within policy documents, and is more of a bureaucratic concept. We anticipate and that at this stage we simply hypothesise that one will be able to belong on one's own terms. So what's next? We begin the fieldwork just now in May 2012. We will be analysing our findings through the autumn up to the winter, and then we will be putting out our findings on the web page in early 2013. So please do come back to our Placing Our web page to find out how we've got on. Thank you.